It is part 2 of the STUNTICON review, so stay tuned. Rodimusbill here, and today's part 2 of the STUNTICON Flashback review. Today we're going to look at each individual STUNTICON and compare it to their new Combiner Wars counterpart. First, we're going to take a look at Drag Strip. Now here is the original Drag Strip, right next to our Combiner Wars counterpart. And as you can see, there are several differences and several similarities. Now, one major gripe I have is now he's 4 wheels and not 6. But they did try to keep the same color scheme. He's got the similar front. He's got the spoiler in the back. And here he has his weapon on the side. We'll just take our weapons off. And this is the difference between Drag Strip from the 80s and the new Combiner Wars from a few years ago. Now let's let these guys in robot mode. And here they are in robot mode. Now, one thing I was disappointed as these aren't very cartoon accurate and the face is all off. That was not Drag Strip's face, but I do give them credit for trying to update the original STUNTICONs and the whole Combiner Wars series. I know they updated the aerial bots, they updated the STUNTICONs, everybody got a new one. Technobots got a new guy, Defensor got a new mold, and the Terracons. So, this is what I grew up on, and now this is what today's kids have. So, that is the difference between those two. Next, we're going to take a look at Breakdown. Here is Breakdown. And we'll just give him a little spin, as you can see around. Now, I have both weapons on it. One thing with the Combiner Wars was the hands and feet were weapons. So you don't have extra pieces like this laying around. And they could be hands or feet, and they each came with their own individual weapon. So, I'm not sure if this is breakdowns, but here is a sword, and here is it is a foot like that, and it is also a hand, which, there you go, and it's also a hand, but we'll get into the STUNTICONs some other day. So, here's the differences, very, very similar. Very similar. Let's see, you got the color scheme, you got the white and the blue. The white and the blue are the same. You got a spoiler here. Again, this is one of the better representations. So you've got the old and the new. They're both Lamborghinis, so I like this one. This one is pretty good. It's a nice updated version of Breakdown. And now we're going to transform them into their robot modes. Now, this mold is not my favorite mold, but as you can see, they kept the aesthetics. Now, he's more cartoon accurate face. It's red and blue. You know, the legs are a little different. You got the blue legs, you got the wheel. Inside here, it's outside. These wheels just pull down. You got the arms. Now, you do have a little more articulation with these figures. You've got knee, you've got elbow, I guess about all you have, and legs. Head, let's see. Yep, you got head articulation, you got more in the arms and stuff. So, they are an updated version of the STUNTICONs, so I give Hasbro kudos for, you could see how even the top flipped over again, very similar, very similar. I give Hasbro kudos for going back and updating these guys into these. Now, they're not perfect, but they are not bad. And there he is with the weapon. Now, of course, the articulation is way much better on these guys. And then let's go for MOTORMASTER. Now, the only way to get these sized right is if you have a MOTORMASTER without the trailer. which I don't mind. So, and this is they did Optimus Prime a redo of here too, but as you can see, he's still a gray truck, purple windows. Let's see, you got the purple stripes, you got the purple stripes. So they keep the same purple and gray scheme. This is neat how it's got the windbreaker right there. But as you can see, completely different. Not even the same truck. But, you know, that's the problem you have when you have a truck like this that combines with the front. You really can't do much for scale. Now let's transform these guys. And you've got MOTORMASTER in his robot mode. Now granted, this MOTORMASTER is a lot better than this MOTORMASTER. You've got the normal face. He's always had that like case around his face. You got the basic chest. But you know, I guess this could be the trying to look like the cab front, I guess. But in his articulation is, you know, just normal arms, elbows, feet, legs, knees, and face. Compared to the other one, you've got arms and legs. Now, you could tell this guy is a more newer representation of this guy. And when this guy becomes Menasor, he's got a whole different chest, back, and you know, the head's right here, a Menasor head. You close it in, so now you can't see the Menasor head, but so that was a good way to hide it. So as you can see, another nice representation. It's a newer copy of Menasor. Again, you really can't do it without the trailer, but so that's these two guys, which I like. And then now they did something with Wild Rider and in the aerial bots with Slingshot. Wild Rider they made later on, so this guy is not Wild Rider. He is originally there was no Wild Rider. We have Breakneck and SUV. They did the same thing with the aerial bots. What they did was they got rid of Slingshot and brought him with the helicopter, replaced him with the helicopter Alpha Bravo, and then later on, Quickslinger, as he's known, was sold separately as a special figure. And on this one, Wild Rider was sold special figure, but I never got him. So notice how they make Breakneck look the same colors as a Wild Rider. I don't know why they did that. They just gave a new character. And then the other one was an exclusive, and you can never find him, or at least for cheap. So this is Breakneck, which was the old equivalent of Wild Rider. And he was an SUV, but look, they kept the gray and they kept the red. So if you didn't know any better, you would think that this was a newer representation of Wild Rider. Now I'm going to transform these two guys. Now he loses all resemblance. Instead of red, he's replaced by blue. And so far, each one of these STUNTICONs has been a completely different transformation. This guy is no exception. There we go. And then we'll just spin this guy around. So the only difference is the gray and the red. Breakneck, Wild Rider. So that's what the difference between these two guys. Now we're gonna bring in our old G1 Menasor. And now we're going to bring in Combiner Wars Menasor. And he is a big guy. Now, the big difference is the cars are reversed, just like on the aerial bots. What I mean by that is, the old Menasor had the front of the robots facing out, and the new one has the front of the cars facing out. They did the same thing with the aerial bots, and also there was an extra car, Blackjack, that fit right up there for his chest, which we never got. They also remade it as a hot rod, which we did get, or you could close the chest like that. So, I mean, even that doesn't look bad at all. Or we can just open it up. Now, the thing about Menasor in the cartoon was he always had he was one of the ones where it was just, he had no decoration on his chest. It was just straight. So, and let's rotate this guy. Now, again, the articulation on this, see, in the back, he's pretty clean. There's, like I said, the front of the robots on the back. And we'll just spin him. We'll just get rid of the spinny wheel. Now, so, you still got your breakdown, wall rider, breakneck, dead end, dragster, dragstrip. But now, what you can do is you can rotate these guys at the waist. Yes, they do look better streamlined, but there's no elbow rotation. So if you do this, you got elbow rotation, and you've got the 360 degrees on that, and you've got, you know, all the articulations that normal robots would have: knees, joints, waist. So I do like this. This is a nice updated representation. Now we'll flip it that way. This is a nice upgrade to Menasor. I mean, look at the face on Menasor compared to the old one. So, I mean, and it definitely got size on it. And I do like the mean face. So, I was very happy in 2015 when the Combiner Wars came out, because they took what I grew up with and updated it for today's kids. And boy, these are so much better. More and with today's, they could probably fix these up to make these a lot better than they are now. And I think for the final of the video, we're going to bring in both teams in all their glory. So we've got MOTORMASTER and we've got MOTORMASTER. All right, we've got Dead End, and we've got Dragstrip and Dragstrip. There we go. Next we'll bring in Dead End as the other arm, and we'll bring in Dead End. Let's see, and we've got Breakdown right there, and we'll get Breakdown over here, and we've got Wild Rider. And I know I kept on saying this guy was called Breakneck. Breakneck is the Wild Rider Special Edition one. He's actually off-road. Now let's just do it like that. There is one team. And then you got the other team. And we're just going to make them so they're similar. And there is the original squad: Wild Rider, Dead End, MOTORMASTER, Dragster, Breakdown. And then you got the new one: Off-Road, Dead End, MOTORMASTER, Dragstrip, and Breakdown. And that is the two teams in their robot mode. Now let's see what they look like in their vehicle mode. And here are both groups in their vehicle mode. So you've got the original squad, and then we pan over and we've got their updated versions in the Combiner Wars. And that is it for this review for the G1 STUNTICONs. Maybe one day I'll do a review for the Combiner Wars, and if I do, I'll put a link in the description below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Turn on notifications. Check out Big Bad Toy Store with the link below. That helps me out. Subscribe and all that good stuff. All right. And now I guess the STUNTICONs are going to rule the road. See you next time.